Hi, what's up, UFC fans? Welcome back to my show, The Breakdown. I'm your host, Kevin Thomas Jr. This episode, we're going to break down the fight between Johnny Munoz and Jamey Simmons. So as stated earlier, Johnny Munoz is 5'9", 135 with a 71-inch reach. And he's really a jiu-jitsu guy who really depends on the takedown. He'll let his opponent come in the range and just shoot for that single or double leg takedown. And once he gets you, he just smothers you and looks for control time. His goal is to fatigue you and get a submission at some point in the fight. He's not going to knock his guys out or beat them up with striking. What he does is lure his opponent into his range and shoot for that takedown. Now, from the film I've watched, he doesn't have tremendous power in these positions, but once his opponent fatigues, he can get to top mount and drop down some ground and pound, or he'll go for submissions a lot. And in this fight versus Jamey Simmons, who's coming in at 5'6", 136 with a 70-inch reach, who's primarily a wrestler. He's going to be the shorter fighter, having a great center of gravity. So I believe he'll be able to stuff these takedowns. And when Munoz can't get these takedowns or have control time in the clinch, the fight doesn't look good for him because his striking is underdeveloped. Whereas Simmons has pretty good striking, is developing. He's got some power there. He's definitely got power in his takedown. So when it comes to the wrestling exchanges, I'm looking for Simmons to have the upper hand with that low center of gravity and more strength. And I believe he's also the more aggressive fighter. Now, these odds can fool you, especially if you're new to this, you haven't watched film. You're going to think this minus 300 or wherever he's at is the good pick. It is not. This man, Jamey Simmons, is bringing a lot to the table. Raw power. He can stuff these takedowns and keep the fight where he wants it. At the end of his punches, where he can deliver some devastating blows, take the confidence away from Munoz. And when it comes to wrestling, I've seen Munoz fatigue out. What he does is, he does a lot of nut shots, right? A lot of nut shots to create separation, create time, some break time. And I just don't see his game plan executing because he's not going to have the upper hand of the clinch versus Simmons. Simmons will be the stronger fighter. So all of his gimmicks, these nut shots, the control time, this drive to fatigue his opponent and eventually get the submission, all of this will be nullified. This is also Simmons' game plan. But Simmons goes balls to the wall with it. He has the strength to finish these moves and not just be stagnant in a position. So look for him to land devastating punches, powerful slams, and he will have the ability to get out of these arm bars, these submission attempts. He's put on film slamming guys from the arm bar defense, flat on their head and they get knocked out. And I can see him doing this to Munoz because he will be the stronger fighter. So with that being said, look for a wrestle-heavy match with Simmons getting the upper hand, leading into a striking battle where Simmons definitely has the upper hand. And look for, get that plus money. You guys should make that bet because with Simmons as the major underdog like that, it's great money. So if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any input you want to give me, leave a comment. I'd appreciate it. We can exchange, what you think and what I think. And yeah, this is just an open UFC community, and I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Come back for more. Once again, The Breakdown. Your host, Kevin Thomas Jr. Appreciate you all.